Hello guys, quick disclaimer before starting. This video was not made to shame anyone, this is just made to raise some awareness. Enjoy the edit and I will see you at the end of it. Peace.
Life's too short to exercise. I'm just gonna be honest. There's so many better things to do than exercise.
Sick of being a baby factory that produces more men that will just, in the future, subjugate me.
A queen, they are worker ants. That's how the system is supposed to go, because the men do not have the ability to think for themselves. They don't have higher intellect. Women have to guide men to higher intellect, because men are fucking stupid. We women must take charge. They are useless without us. They can't do nothing. They're the ones supposed to provide, cook, clean, and do everything after they come home from work.
As one candle can light another, so too can greatness of mind be transferred amongst men. To remain in solitude is to deprive oneself of this kingdom. Defeat your enemies in the fields before they reach your house. When fear leads the way, the destination is never glorious. Etched into history about your life? What legend will be left long after you're gone?
Pain anymore. More important than pain is the sin pulse that's rising within me.
No matter how cautiously you live, there is no escaping the fatal clutches of old age. So then, better to join the fray and fight proudly for something worth obtaining.
Hello again. Thank you all for watching. I hope you liked that. If you did, like always, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff, because it helps me a lot. And now let's discuss about toxic masculinity, why I choose Vikings for this video, and what is toxic masculinity, why people talk about toxic masculinity, why people say that any type of masculinity is toxic. So first of all, I choose Vikings for this video because they express wildness, they express that core feeling that you have, like, to explore, to dominate, to conquer your enemies, something that you can usually put in your daily life, like conquering a goal or something like this, like achieving a goal, exploring, going to nature, all that good stuff. And a little tag that I have about toxic masculinity, I think people are right, like when people say that toxic masculinity exists. And hear me out on this one, because so all the gurus I saw on the internet preach exactly the same thing, like you should cut off all people from your life, you should cut distraction, which is a good thing, but like I saw podcasts with a bunch of guys who were talking about having a vasectomy, and like it can reverse, but you should get one because it will help you concentrate and stuff like this. And I was like, bro, what? So now we talk about doing a surgery so you can concentrate on doing stuff that you actually need to do, and you need a surgery to do that. That's quite something, you know. And I believe people when I hear that toxic masculinity exists, because, you know, in a world full of guys who just tell you, yo, do this and do this and do this, and everything looks like people are hating on women, people are hating on other men, stuff like this, when masculinity it's all about caring about somebody else, you know, putting somebody else above you and becoming a strong person, not only physical but mentally strong. Because on this video a lot of people come in the comments, you know, I appreciate all the comments, like I appreciate you guys supporting me, like telling me nice stuff, you know, saying that it actually motivates you. But there were a lot of guys who just come in the comments and say, hey, Stoicism is not about physical label, because overall exercise it's a form of modernity too. But I never said something about over exercising. The only thing that I said in that video is that you should be strong, you should have a way to protect yourself if something would happen to you. I talked in a different video about this stuff where you should be strong, because for those people who don't live in the fantasy world, you know by now that something bad can happen to you and you should be able to do something about this. And those people come in the comments and say, hey, you should stop making these videos because Stoicism is not about label. Like, okay, it's not about over exercising, but it's about having a strong mind and a strong body, you know, like it's about those stuff. You can't just have a strong body and your mind is just like flesh. That's it. You don't have a strong mind, you have a weak mind. Like, I didn't understand why people hated that. Like, okay, Stoicism is not only about this, but it's a part of it. And masculinity, and what I talked about masculinity, that Stoicism and masculinity and basically discipline, all this stuff is keeping some people alive. I really mean it. Like, it's really keeping some people alive, because in this world of weakness, in this world of lust, in this world where you are pushed by others to do certain stuff that you don't actually like, but you are doing it because they will judge you, this stuff with discipline, motivation, having a schedule, doing something, maintaining your work, this stuff, it's actually keeping people alive. It actually kept me alive for like half a year when I was having suicidal thoughts. I end up on the conclusion that people are going to hate no matter what it is, they are just going to hate. It was a guy in the comments that said that these ideas are from somebody else, but I never heard somebody on the internet talking about this like I do. I'm not saying that I'm so special, but I never heard someone talking like, hey, you can be weak, but you will suffer the consequences of your actions, and actually not shaming those people who are weak, actually understanding them, because I was one of them in the past, and I actually understand how is it to be weak, how is it to indulge in procrastination, in habits that you don't actually want to do, but you are pressed by society to do them. Toxic masculinity exists, is a thing, you know, but we should not look at masculinity only by toxic way, only by the toxic way. Like, yeah, it exists, is it something, it's on the internet, it's a large part of the internet, toxic masculinity. But for those people who think all masculinity is toxic, let me enlighten you about this. So, masculinity is a form of improving yourself every day, a form of proving to yourself and to others that you're capable of doing stuff. It's a form that helps the society. Basically, you see those men like up in the buildings, like down in the streams, like you see all these men doing incredible things, you know. The real masculinity is when you are doing something not only for your own good, when you are doing something for somebody else, when you are trying to achieve some stuff, a goal maybe, for the good of somebody else. Like, this is it. It's about caring, it's about having a family, it's about doing stuff with your partner, like nice stuff, like embracing love, embracing all this stuff, like having kids, having a good time, raise them in the right way. This is it, masculinity. This is masculinity. And I don't know why people are not preaching this stuff. I believe they are not doing this because it's not the sexy way to hear about masculinity. People are saying that masculinity is just go on red pill, build muscles, and then go and sleep with a bunch of girls. When in the end, what is going to happen? You are going to have a high body count. And the thing about body count, we all know that thing from scientists, from researchers. Like, the higher the body count, the more chances of you to cheat on your partner. Doesn't matter if you are a woman, doesn't matter if you are a man. It's the same thing for both genders. You know, a bunch of people who can settle down because they follow this path that, hey, you should get successful. They got successful, and then you should sleep with a lot of women, you should have a lot of women in your life, and now they can't settle down because they have this urge inside of them to just go out and sleep with this chick and talk with multiple chicks in the same time. Like, imagine yourself being a father and doing this, and your child comes to you and say, hey, who is that woman over there? Why is my mama crying over there? Like, stuff like this, you know. This is not masculinity. This is a degenerate way of the modern days. So yeah, this is it for this video. If you like what you heard, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, leave your thumbs down below. I really want to hear what you have to say about this masculinity, even if it's good stuff, even if it's bad stuff, doesn't matter, just leave them down below. I answer all the comments, you saw it. And until I catch you in the next time, watch this video over here, because this one is a powerful one. Peace.